My video for June the 18th, 2019 is video number 3120. And I ask a question. What will mark the real golden age? The subject of a golden age for humanity has come up a few times recently. Of course, people have different ideas of what that might look like. One even suggested that because of all the advancement in technology over the past century or so, we are already in the golden age. We can travel around the world by air in less than a day, have information at our fingertips instantly via the internet. We can drive our cars hundreds of miles in a single day. I guess we're supposed to be in awe with all these achievements. Well, I'm not. I'm more in awe of ancient construction like the pyramids, where huge rocks were configured and set in place without cement to hold them together. We cannot even slide a razor blade between them. To me, that is an obvious sign of advanced technology that leaves 21st century scientists in awe. As I see it, the golden age will be a time of peace on earth, where leaders that work together to uplift humanity. No more insane suppression. This is a subject, as I said, that has come up in some videos that I've had sent to me and conversations that I've had with people, and even alluded to in some of the groups that I've attended over the past week or so. And so I figured I need to make a video about this, because to me, I look at the world around me, and yes, there are advancements in technology. The internet does give us the ability to even have conversations on opposite sides of the world where we can see each other. Of course, the telephone has been around longer, where we could actually talk to people on the other side of the world, or at least the other side of the ocean. But now we can actually not only talk to them, but it's as if they're in our room with us, and we with them, of course. We can have the ability to actually have a face-to-face conversation, if you will. That is a huge achievement. I agree. I'm not downplaying the technological advancements that we've made. But I don't look for technological advancements to be the sign of a true golden age. I look for spiritual awakening and spiritual advancements to be the sign. A time when we recognize the interconnectedness of all life, and we work together. Together is the key word here. In harmony, another key word, to build a civilization, if you will, that nurtures and feeds the entire collective, not separating the collective into us and them groups that war with each other and are always butting heads and fighting over who's right. Love is right. I know it sounds like a broken record for those of you that listen to me regularly. But what is love? Love is the ability to see beyond the appearances and recognize something that is not seen with the physical eyes and perceived with the physical senses, but has another sense, a sense of oneness, a sense of unity, a sense of interconnectedness of all life, because all life is interconnected. When we poison the seas, it doesn't just mess with the seas, it messes with all life in the seas, which ripples out and has an effect on everything else. So that people have problems with diseases and other things that are triggered by the pollution. And we don't just do this to the oceans and to our waters, but we do it to our air, We even do it to our own bodies by injecting poisons into our bodies that don't make us well, but keep us in need of more poisons to fight the symptoms of the poisons that we have because of bad diets, because of bad air, because of living in an environment that has no concern, or at least leaders that have no concern for making life better for humans. No, the concern is we want to be the top dog, and that's the leader's attitude. And as long as leaders have that attitude, we will never be able to achieve peace on earth. As long as our leaders are allowed to run roughshod over human rights and abuse children and abuse humanity in general, we're not going to be able to achieve the highest ideals. And I'm an idealist. I admit that. I'm not a realist. If I was a realist, I would say, well, this is the best we can do. Look at how far we've come in the 20th century and 21st century. That's a realist attitude, but I'm an idealist. I say, yeah, this is nice as far as it goes, but we can do better. And I look at things like the Coral Castle, which I've mentioned in a lot of different videos over the years. The Coral Castle was built by a little guy from Serbia or Lithuania or something, one of the, I don't know, Estonia. I don't remember where he was from. I should have looked it up before I brought this subject up, but I didn't. And anyway, he worked at night putting together out of coral. He was cutting coral without machines and fitting them together. And it was so well balanced that you could open the door by pushing it with your finger. Now, of course, it wore out because it's coral. It's not granite or some harder substance that's going to have a longer lifespan. But in any case, at the time that it was built and people went there, I mean, they were able to marvel at the technology of someone who was connected with a higher dimension. Obviously, there was a golden age individual living in the iron age that we live in now. And the iron age is one of deception. It's one of force. It's one of insanity, if you want to come right down to it. And the most insane are the ones that rise to the top. Isn't that crazy? But it's the reality. And it's not that everybody that rises to political positions starts out that way, but they become corrupted. With rare exceptions, they buy in to the tricks that cause them to lay down their ideals and to become realists. We need to be idealists, folks, if we're ever going to achieve ideals. It stands to reason. If a realist will just say, well, this is the way it is, there's nothing I can do about it. Well, I keep making videos. That may not be a lot, but I'm raising my voice and saying, wait a minute, folks, we need to think outside the box. We need to expand our horizons. We need to not just be satisfied with being able to travel up into space and go to the moon and perhaps other galaxies, even in the Milky Way, or possibly even other galaxies. You know, we could expand our horizons and learn how to travel from here to there in an instant by clicking our fingers. There's lots of things that we haven't achieved yet. We have not made it. This is still a dark age spiritually, and we need to wake up to that. And the dark age is marked by our apparent leaders, or those that claim to be our leaders. They are the darkest individuals among us, even if they have IQs that seem far superior. Their IQ does not measure their spiritual acuity and their ability to transform through love, which is what I look for. Thank you, folks, for listening. And once again, namaste.